How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Floyd Mack. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this presentation of the Bell Telephone Hour, which we will try to show you in much the same way as it's broadcast each week on a nationwide network. First of all, I'd like to have you meet the conductor of the Bell Telephone Hour Orchestra, Donald Voorhees. There he is, over there. Oh, Don. The gentleman there, absorbed in the script, is Tom Shirley. Tom is familiar to millions of radio listeners as the voice of the Bell system.
Behind the studio engineer stand the unseen, unheard men. The guardians.
Tom. Our guest for this performance of the Telephone Hour is the distinguished pianist Josef Hofmann, who is making his appearance at the left of the stage. Last but not least are the members of the orchestra itself. And the control room staff, including Wallace McGill, the director of the program. In just 30 seconds, we'll be going on the air over our usual network. While we're on the air, we'd like to take you behind the scenes to show you what makes a network tick. 15 seconds now. It's the Telephone Hour, presenting Josef Hofmann. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to the Telephone Hour. Our guest soloist this evening, who appears with Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra, is the distinguished pianist Josef Hofmann. Right now, we hear from the orchestra the stirring overture to Gomez's opera Il Guarani.
Behind the studio engineer stand the unseen, unheard men, the guardians of radio's music, news, comedy, and drama. These are the hundreds of transmission specialists of the Bell telephone system all over the country. Technicians, switchmen, monitor men, and telegraphers, whose job it is to guard the vast radio networks of the country, to link with split-second precision all the separate broadcasting stations into constantly shifting networks of radio communication. Theirs is the skill that guides invisible waves over a labyrinth of wires. They check and balance. They speed the music along 100,000 miles and more of telephone wires, wires that thread their way through the same cables and on the same poles that carry your long-distance telephone calls across the country. Overhead and underground, through the towns, across the prairies, over the mountains, over the streams. These Bell system men are the masters of thousands of miles of telephone lines, a vast and intricate system especially designed for radio. It's equal in actual money value to about 1/2 of all the equipment owned by the broadcasting companies they serve.
Now Mr. Hofmann joins with Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra to play the last movement of Beethoven's Concerto No. 5 in E-flat, the so-called Emperor Concerto. How the work got its nickname is not known, although the majestic title seems to fit the last movement, a rondo of noble proportions and splendid vigor. We now hear the final movement of Beethoven's Emperor Concerto. Thank you, Josef Hofmann. On succeeding weeks at this time, our soloists will be Ezio Pinza, Helen Traubel, Fritz Kreisler, and Robert Casadesus. So until you join us again for Music You Like, with these and other great artists, with Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra, we remain sincerely yours, the Bell Telephone System.